Hi, I'm Reverend Jake Zabel, and welcome to Children's Bible Stories. So, the story of Rahab's Passover starts with the fall of the walls of Jericho. So after the people of Israel had marched around the city of Jericho 7 days, on the 7th day, they marched around the walls 7 times, and they were very quiet. They weren't to make any noise until they'd finished the 7th time around on the 7th day. And as they'd finished, the priests blew their trumpets. And Joshua shouted out, "Shout, for the Lord has given you this city!" And all the Israelite soldiers started shouting, "Oh!" And the walls came tumbling down. And the Israelite soldiers rushed into the city and they went around killing everyone. Except for Rahab and her family. Her part of the wall didn't fall over. Because the Israelites had made a promise to Rahab that because she had saved the 2 spies, that she and her family would be spared and not put to death. And they asked her to keep this red scarlet cord in her window so they knew which house was to be spared. And this is very similar to the Passover account when the people of Israel were in the land of Egypt. On the Passover night, the people of Israel were told to kill a lamb and to paint its blood on the doors of the household. And that when the angel of God came to destroy all the firstborn, it would pass over all the houses that had blood on the doors. And so as the Israelite soldiers came along to destroy all the people of Jericho, they passed over the house of Rahab because it had the red cord in the window. They thought, oh, look, that window's got the red cord. This is the house we're meant to spare. And so they didn't destroy the people there. And the spies had promised Rahab that not only herself, but all the people who were in her household would be spared. Her mother and her father and her brothers, and they'd all be kept safe and they wouldn't be destroyed. And so the people of Israel passed over them. And so, after the Israelites had killed everyone in the city, Rahab and her family were spared. And they got to come and live amongst the people of Israel. And the Bible tells us that Rahab would go on and marry a man named Salmon. And Salmon and Rahab then had a son named Boaz. And Boaz would go on to marry Ruth, and they'd have a son named Obed. And Obed would have a son named Jesse, and then Jesse would have a bunch of sons, his youngest being David, who would go on to be King David. And King David would also be the ancestor of Jesus Christ. And so, because of Rahab's faith, and because she had feared the Lord, and that she'd protected the Lord's people, and that she believed in God to protect her, she got to become not only an ancestor to King David, but also an ancestor to Jesus. And that's our story for today, children. Hope you've enjoyed this video. I've been your host, Reverend Jake Zabel. Goodbye, and God bless.